army, man. Like once you're in for life, bro. It's like blood, bro. It's like it's dope. Guy or girl? We have a lot of females in here too. To be honest with you, that follow me on social media. A lot of kids, a lot of families, a lot of the players and coaches and their families. So it's all about good love here, and they're all in here and they watch, and then after the show, and you will never know who they are, right? They're not going to have. It's not going to say the player's name. Like let's say I don't know. It's not Jerry Rice, but let's say, well, okay, some are. All right, so like for instance, like Fred Warner's dad follows me, right, and loves my stuff. He loves my stuff. He still follows me even from the Raiders. Loves my stuff. Big support. He's like one of my biggest fans here on YouTube, and always follows my stuff. And even though I'm with the Raiders, he still follows me. So shout out to Mr. Warner if you're there. Holla at your boy. KG, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, what was your grade of Jamarcus Russell in the 2000 draft? Where myself and Mel Kiper smoking crack thinking he could have been a great quarterback. I think even if Raiders passed at 1, the Browns at 3, or Bucks at 4 would have took him. I wasn't high on Jamarcus Russell. Back in 2007, I have to go back. I'll be honest with you. It's in a binder. I think it's back in the Bay Area. And that's exactly because I've been following the draft and covering the draft since 1998, 1999. I didn't start making my mock drafts until that very year. And that's when I knew I was better than Mel Kiper, because I was beating Mel Kiper from that point forward. And at that point, it was just Mel Kiper or bust. There wasn't no Todd McShay. There was no such thing as a Mike Mayock. There was no such thing as a Daniel Jeremiah, Charles Davis. There was none of that, right? You didn't have guys like Charlie Casserly. You didn't have guys on there. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys weren't in existence yet for the mock drafts. It was just Mel Kiper, Mel Kiper, Mel Kiper. So the baseline was Mel Kiper. Right. And back then, the internet wasn't as today. It wasn't a monster today, the way social media makes it out to be. So I wasn't high on Jamarcus Russell, believe it or not. Like I can literally show you my notes. I think I posted it up on Twitter because I think someone asked me, how'd you get started in doing mock drafts when I was covering the Niners early on in my career there. And I told them, I was like, look, I had this thing and I saved it. And I think I have it saved. Again, it's back in the Bay Area, or it might be here. I have to go look for it. But thank you so much, first of all, for the super chat. It was something that registered in me saying, if I could beat Mel Kiper, and I know people give Mel Kiper crap, but there's a reason why Mel Kiper is on ESPN and I'm not. All right. There's a reason why people go to Mel Kiper, right? You can like him, you can hate him, but it's still Mel Kiper, right? You're still going to watch his stuff. You're still going to listen to his takes, even though people say, oh, he never gets things right. He's pretty, in my estimation, unbiased. I never met Mel Kiper in my life. I think he's really good at his job, for what it's worth. Now, people can laugh and joke about that, but if you actually peel back layers of the onion to get to the core, look what he said in real time, and then formulate your own mock draft and see how well you compare to Mel Kiper. Like everyone say, oh, I can beat Mel Kiper. Let's put the proof in the pudding, right? And that's what I did. And so once I started beating Mel Kiper, I was like, damn, I can do this. And he gets paid millions of dollars. I was still in college. I think this was the 2007 draft? I want to say, because I think I was still in college when I started formulating my mock drafts. Covering the draft since 1998-99, but started formulating my in-depth mock drafts back in 2007. I just didn't. My grade on Jamarcus Russell, I have to look back, but I think it was like in the 70s. Honestly, I think it was in the 70s. I think it was like something tells me it was a 76 or a 78. It was an even number, but I know it was in the 70s. And I know it's not below 75. So it's either 76 or a 78. I'll show you. It's funny. I have it on binder paper, right? I have it on binder paper. This is how old school I am, because back in I only think Excel or Google Sheets or whatever people use these days. I don't think that was even a thing yet. Like I think it was. I know it wasn't a thing yet. Back in 20. If it did, I didn't use it. I will have to find that paper. I remember in that draft. Now that I'm going off the top of my head, I remember guys like Amobi Okoye, right, went to the Texans. I remember because I remember highlighting. I remember using a highlighter on picks I got wrong, picks I got right, picks I thought were reaches. Let me see if I can find it. Let me give me a second. I'm going to go look for it right now. And if I have it here, I'm going to show you what's up. Fair enough? And it's basically on that paper is just my mock draft. And if it's here, it's crazy. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to see if I can find it. All right. You guys are in luck. So this is the binder paper. I'm not joking, right? Like I didn't even know. I thank you so much, KG. I think it's the first super chat that you joined. This is the binder paper that I had. All right. So if you guys can see this, this is it. So I remember I was doing this again. I started covering the draft back in 1998, 1999, and if you notice, I had I had my mock draft. I had little notes here. I don't know if you guys can read the notes. So I have a surprise and I have reach picks on here, right? Like what I think is going to happen. So based on this, this is crazy. I saved this because it's a constant reminder of how I got started. Like to be in the position as a Raiders beat writer today, I was just a college kid, literally going back all the way to middle school, doing this, right? And this is something that I was passionate about. I would get in trouble in class because the teacher would be like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing in class?" And I'm like, I'm reading the Pro Football Weekly magazine." She's like, "Oh yeah, did you read chapter 3 yet? Like, because we're on chapter 7 and we have a quiz coming up." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll get to it." Never did it. But hey, am I a history teacher? No. Am I a beat writer? Yes. So this is what I had. This is some notes I had, right? So I have what's called good value. It's funny. I can't believe I saved this. I said good value board regardless of position. And then I listed the teams here: Texans, Bengals, Saints, and Bears. And then I said the pick on need regardless of draft board was the Cardinals and the Bills. And then I have a key prediction is the ones I got right, which I in the first round I got 14 out of 32 right, 43.8%. Bad pick was based on need. That's highlighted in orange. The pink is the reach, and then the yellow is the value. All right. And I said in my notes, Titans reach for third best safety based on the combine and based on my board. All right. Now this is where it came into play. So all the ones in blue are the ones I got right. And all the ones in orange, as you can see, was what I considered a need-based pick. All the ones in pink were considered reaches, and all the yellow were considered good value. All right. So this is kind of how I formulated my mock draft back in 2007. It's crazy how I saved this, but yeah, man. So Raiders, obviously, I got Jamarcus Russell in there. Calvin Johnson, I thought he was going to go. Browns, I thought they were going to go. I guess I thought they were going to take a quarterback. They went Joe Thomas. Buccaneers got Gaines Adams. Cardinals got Levi Brown. Redskins went after LaRon Landry, free safety out of LSU. Vikings got running back Adrian Peterson, right? Falcons, that was a crazy one. Falcons got Jamal Anderson. Dolphins went ahead and got Ted Ginn Jr. Texans got Amobi. Yeah, see Amobi Koya. I knew it. 49ers got Patrick Willis. Rams got Adam Carricker out of Nebraska. Jets got Darrell Revis. Steelers get Lawrence Timmons. Packers get Justin Harrell, I believe he was out of Tennessee. Broncos get Jarvis Moss. He doesn't register anything. Bengals got cornerback Leon Hall. I think he went to, where did Leon Hall go? Michigan. And then Titans get strong safety Michael Griffin out of Texas. Giants get, and see, I remember, this is how good I remember. I remember the school they went to. It's not even listed here, but I just know from muscle memory. So Aaron Ross, cornerback, went to the Giants. Reggie Nelson out of Florida went to the Jaguars. Browns went after Brady Quinn out of Notre Dame. Of course, Dwayne Bowe here out of LSU went to the Chiefs. Brandon Merriweather out of the Patriot Way made his way to Patriot. Where did Brandon Merriweather go? Was he out of Miami, Florida? Where did Brandon Merriweather go? I think he went to Florida. John Beeson went to the U. I know that. He was drafted by the Panthers. Cowboys went after Anthony Spencer. Where did Anthony Spencer go? I think that was a hybrid tweener at the time. They didn't call him edge rushers. They called him tweeners. He went to, where did he go? Does anyone know where Anthony Spencer went? I want to say it was a black and, gosh, I don't know. Robert Meacham, again, a wide receiver out of Tennessee. All these Tennessee wide receivers. Joe Staley, Niners, Central Michigan. Ben Grubbs, offensive guard of the Ravens. Good Ozzie Newsome pick. Craig Davis, wide receiver of Chargers. Greg Olsen went to the Bears. Anthony Gonzalez went to the Colts. Yeah. Anyways, you know what else is cool about this? By the way, Jason, I bet you guys didn't even know I had this, right? KG says, man, I still write things down on binder paper all the time. KG says, awesome, man. Yeah, I'm literally like, I'm not joking, right? This is the Beast receipt, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, I don't make stuff up, bro. Dark says, Beast be like, feast on this. Daniel Kim says, wow. On to Six Soldier. It says, amazing job, bro. Kevin Lurk says, I picked the man whose name we don't mention as well. Merriweather was from Miami. Okay, so he did go to the U. Daniel Kim says, best Beast song as we flip through the pages. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but this day I said, I wish I wasn't a kid again. Yep. And by the way, that was a good song for the movie The Wood, which is one of my favorite songs, favorite movies of all time. If you haven't seen The Wood, love that movie. Love that movie.